Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Disney's Tony Award-winning musical Newsies is getting ready to kick off its national tour and hit the road, where it will open on October 11th in Schenectady. And I dropped by the rehearsal studio to meet the new company.
Time to seize the day. Now is the time to seize the day. Answer the call and don't delay. Answer the call and don't delay. Wrongs will be righted if we're united. Let us seize the day. Now let 'em hear it loud and clear. Now let 'em hear it loud and clear. Like it or not, we're drawing near. Like it or not, we're drawing near. Proud and defiant, we'll slay the giant. Judgment Day is here.
So here we are. We're back in this room again. I think we were here like 3 years ago, right?
We were here 3 years ago, almost to the day. That's right.
Serious?
Well, it was in September, I'm pretty sure, and that's when we started rehearsals for Paper Mill, which was supposed to be our one and only production.
So take me back to that time period of putting this musical together, being in this room, and the explosion this musical has had.
Being in this room was such a treat. Among other things, a lot of the Newsies, the actors who played the Newsies, grew up watching the movie on pay-per-view, VHS, DVD, and it was amazing to me. A bunch of them individually came up to me and said, it's because of this movie that I had the courage to go to dance school, or that I decided to become a performer, which just floored me. I could not believe it, because the movie was not a success in its initial run, to say the least. And we all felt that we were putting together something that we were all going to be really proud of. I had no expectations about anything besides what this was supposed to be for, but it didn't really matter, because in the process of it, everybody was feeding off each other, and it was really magical, if I can use that word. It really was.
How excited are you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, we were here 3 years ago. Do you remember? With Paper Mill, and now a new generation of dancers as wonderful as the first batch we had. It's thrilling.
You saw so many people for these roles. What was the whole callback session like? Because meeting these kids, I say, wow, I get it.
Yeah, you know what? This show is so much fun because you're introducing a whole new generation, to this experience. Because for most of these guys, it's their first big show. And so it's infectious. You can't come to work and be cynical or jaded with this crew. And that's really what I love about this show, to be honest with you.
You're taking the show across the country. Social media is exploding already with all these kids saying, oh my God, Newsies is coming to my city. I couldn't get to New York. I mean, how that makes you feel taking this around the country?
Oh, I feel like I guess the way a father feels about their children. That's how I feel. Incredibly proud, and proud of this cast. I mean, they're extraordinary. And I know they've been getting all these, I think most of them got 1,000, whatever you get when you join something, 1,000 responses or something, all in one day in 24 hours. I'm not big on social media, so I don't really understand it, but they're very excited about that.
You started to talk about we were here 3 years ago. No one knew what was going to happen with this show. Paper Mill was supposed to be the only stop. I mean, look at this incredible journey and how this musical has touched millions of people.
It is true. No one really expected this, but I have to be completely candid. After the first week of rehearsal, we ran the opening number, which is about 12 minutes long. And it was undeniable. And I did have a special feeling that this show was special and was going to do profound things.
How excited are you to be taking Newsies around the country?
It's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. I'm excited to be the bad guy, the snarling, mustache-wielding villain. It'll be fun.
Let's talk about him. What you love about the role so far?
Well, as I told these other guys, he wasn't a bad guy. He was, one of those industrial age guys like J.P. Morgan or Andrew Carnegie, who was a bottom line, almighty dollar guy. That's all he was. But for the purposes of our little skit here, he's got to be the snarling, conniving villain so that these 20-something Davids can conquer Goliath at the end and go crazy, because that's the payoff. The payoff is is seeing this, huge corporate giant fall at the hands of these, young kids off the street.
How excited are you to be taking Newsies across the country?
I really, it's hard to even put into words. I'm so honored to be a part of this cast and to be a part of such a wonderful show. Like, it's really great. I'm excited.
Take me back to the Newsies for you. When you first saw it, what you thought, like, I want to do this?
Well, my first experience with Newsies was here. My really great friend Capathia Jenkins, who originated the role on Broadway, was playing it, and I also did a film with Jeremy Jordan. So I was coming to see and support my friends, and I fell in love with this show. And obviously, Capathia, her interpretation of Medda was great, and I was like, I think I want to play that role someday. So that was my first experience. I fell in love with it, and then I was like, I need to know more.
Okay. Talk about your callbacks, your audition process. What was it like?
It was exciting. It really was so exciting. I was doing another show at the time, and so I was in between, learning the sides for all of this. I went back a few times, and I got really great feedback, and Jeff really liked what I was bringing to the table, so he was like, all right, next time you come in front of the creatives, I want you just to do something completely off the paper. So it was really fun. Jeff really encourages us all to be a part of the process, to create something new and better, which is fantastic. And I got the call, and my mom was actually here in my apartment, and I called Capathia, and it was beautiful. It was one of those theatrical moments for me. It was a very proud moment for me.
How excited are you guys to be taking Newsies on the road?
I'm so excited to be taking it on the road because I just think it's a great show. It's such a great show for tour because, the fan base is so huge and they're from all over the world. So the fact that we're going to be able to, bring it to their doorstep and, the people who can't come to New York to see it on Broadway will be a really good treat for them.
And for you?
I think there's so many people in America who haven't had the chance to hear this story live. It's been on Broadway, but who's going to be able to see it if they can't come to New York? And there's so many fans across the globe that have been itching for us to come. And so even the response on social media has been enormous. So we just can't wait to share with them.
So take me back to the beginning of, did you see the show in New York? Give me your history with Newsies.
I first saw the show in previews, and then I didn't see it again until after I was cast. But I first saw it in previews, and then when it was announced it was going to paper mill, I listened to the movie score nonstop, the soundtrack recording of that, and I was really excited for it.
So is this like a guy's musical? This is like the boy Annie. Talk about this. Yeah.
It's like just the fact that there's this show full of young boys on Broadway, especially, I'm a fresh 18, so coming right into it, there's not that many opportunities for performing for teenage actors, and so to finally be able to do something so cool and such a fun show, it's really a treat for me.
Take me back to the beginning for you when you first saw it and what you thought.
Oh man, I was so inspired to get to see so many talented young men and women on that stage, getting to do what they love, and not only what they love in terms of storytelling, but gymnastics, tumbling, dancing, tap dancing, ballet, and storytelling with acting and singing. It's one of the best pieces, I think, of dance theater as well. Christopher Gattelli's choreography, out of this world.
So how thrilled are you two to be heading on the road with Newsies?
So excited. We're fancies ourselves. We're freaking out. We can't wait.
Thrilled, honored.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to put into words. Just I can't believe it. I have to pinch myself every morning.
Give me your Newsies history. Did you see the show at Paper Mill? Did you see it on Broadway?
I saw it on Broadway before it closed 4 times. And Dan and I are both huge Disney fans, obsessed with Disney.
It's true.
So, and actually what's funny is that, Dan, you sold newspapers, and I was a reporter for my high school newspaper.
I did. I delivered newspapers via minivan. So I wasn't quite hawking them, but I would throw newspapers out the minivan window.
Okay. Did you get them on the driveway or on the actual porch?
I had to hang them up on this tiny hook, and so I had to drive the minivan so close to the little mailbox and had to hang it up. I wanted to throw it.
That's treacherous.
Like the movies. My history with Newsies, I was actually born the same year that the film came out, so
Fun fact.
me and Newsies,
Great fact.
we came to this earth at the same time. You know what I mean? It's in my blood.
beautiful.
I saw Newsies on Broadway. I tried to lotto it when it first opened, then got standing room with my best friend, and ended up getting standing room. so we like couldn't see like the top tower or whatever. And I remember during Santa Fe, I was watching Jeremy Jordan. I couldn't see him, so I had to literally crouch in the aisle, like in the fetal position, and look up and watch Jeremy Jordan sing Santa Fe. And I was like, wow, that's something I could do. And I guess I
here you
can.
are.
I hope I can, you know.
Let's talk about the buzz on social media for this tour is crazy. I mean, everyone's saying like, oh my God, I couldn't get to New York. It's coming to my city. I can't wait. I mean, how that makes you feel?
We're so excited, and talking to the fansies has been a dream come true. I was a fansy about shows. I just didn't have social media at the time. I wrote fan fiction. I did my fan art for all my shows that I loved. I love Starlight Express, I won't lie. And so
Express.
I love Starlight Express, those trains. Anyways, but so I will tweet you back because I was there with you, and when shows came to me, it was the greatest dream come true because I didn't get to see some of these shows on Broadway and having them in their hometowns. And some people have never seen it, and they're still that passionate about these characters because they're so real. And just listening to the CD, it's written so well that they are totally realized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get to Broadway. I didn't get to see a Broadway show till I was in high school. So the only thing I had was the national tours, and it was just, you know, the fact that we get to inspire the people in those small towns who don't get to come to New York or don't have the opportunity to come, that we get to come to them is just, that's almost the most thrilling part of it. And just like, I was at all the stage doors when I was younger. I know what that feeling's like whenever like, you know, the principals or like even the ensemble members of the show like come and sign your playbill. Like it's so exciting to connect with the people and just, you know, inspire them, like make their day brighter, because they're gonna make my day brighter. I can guarantee you that. You know, they've been bringing so much like joy to us, and they've been so supportive of us. So we hope we can deliver the same finished product to them.
I'll stay